What is going on, guys? Happy Friday. Jovan, this is not my normal studio.
No, it isn't.
No. I'm down in Texas with the squad.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm looking up in the sky right now. I'm looking up at the monitor like Trent, and now I know what he's going through. And you guys
So,
can see all the details of my beautiful face. And now you get to roast him even more. How about it? What's going on, my man?
not much. Not much.
Hanging in there?
Yeah, surviving.
Good. Butter Bets. I know he's a big Dallas guy. Chase Breedlove, also Dallas guy. Is everybody from Dallas?
Yeah, I think
Everyone?
everybody. We're all out
I
here.
will say this Cribbo is nuts.
Really.
Um, it's dope. I mean, we're gonna get you over here soon, but absolutely bonkers, crazier than everyone on Twitter yesterday acting like they had a PhD, which was also something. Don't get me wrong, like the guy's head got absolutely toasted, and he definitely now has a concussion if he didn't on Sunday. Um, It's just, I mean, everyone thinks they're the smartest person in the room. Everyone thinks they're always right. That's just how people work. Take a psychology class. That's the first thing they'll tell you. But everyone thinking that they're smart enough to be, giving out medical advice about the whole situation, I think is bonkers. Um, I trust the opinions of doctors who are, putting their doctor's licenses, the ability to put food on the table for their family if they, God forbid, put them back out there when they shouldn't and lose their job and lose their license. So I trust the doctors generally. I don't know what your take is in the whole situation. And first and foremost, I just hope he's okay, right? Most
Yeah.
important thing. I think he's going to be okay. I mean, he flew back with the team, so he should be all right. Hopefully there's no long-term effects. Just hate to see everyone on Twitter last night ruin the app, pretty much. What's your
Yeah.
take on
I
it?
mean, I just wouldn't, like you said, I'd rather leave that to the people that are, hired to do it. And the worst part, I think, was everybody trying to come after Mike McDaniel's head, like he had anything to do with the decision making of the situation, which yes, he's the coach, but if
Mike
you come,
McDaniel is doing 100 things at once during that game.
yeah, and if you
Mike
have,
McDaniel is just trying to get his team and make sure they're, able to play and their families are okay from the hurricane. Getting them to just play in this fucking game is incredible. Another reason why that was just an insanely tough spot that nobody really talked about for the Dolphins last night. I mean, I'm assuming some of those guys were probably a little bit worried about the families living in Florida during that shit. It was pretty wild. It looked
yeah,
pretty nuts.
yeah,
But I hope everybody's okay. We'll see how it plays out. Trent's lurking around the background.
he's got the jersey, got the jersey on already.
He said, "What's up, chat?" He said he doesn't know where the rest of his clothes is, so he's only wearing jerseys right now. That's all he's got.
Only TCU jerseys, repping.
I don't really know what that means because he lives here now. So
Yeah, that's
he'll probably find that clothes soon. Trent's got to go hit the. He's got to go hit the head. He's gonna go hit the bathroom. No, this place is dope though, no doubt.
fire.
I'm pretty upset that these college football games tonight suck butt. Besides one game, which we're definitely going to talk about a lot. We've got Big Kitch coming on at the end. We've got our guy Matt coming on, probably like 15 minutes ish. So we'll talk some football. Fuck Cal Quantrill. Good bet for you last night, although I know that didn't feel good.
No,
I was in the sports book stopping by. I do have my wallet on me. Let's go. I had to stop by the sports book because, I mean, we've talked about it, right? How BetMGM and some of these other books, they move a little bit slower with the lines, right? I've also noticed that MGM National Harbor, which is like pretty much right by me, it's in Maryland, but it's like right outside of DC, my home base, right? They had a really good line for the Commanders.
really.
And I said, I'm coming down here. We're going to be going to the game. Obviously, going to have skin on the Commanders. Even if I wasn't a Commanders fan, in this spot, I'd be betting on them. You guys all know that. If you follow how I bet at all, you'd know that I'd be on the Commanders in the spot. But I got a really good number here. We got plus 3.5.
Fire.
Come on now. This camera, you can see every freckle on my face, but you can't see the goddamn card. All right. $1,000. Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh, we're getting corp.
So, you getting corp calls?
Getting corp calls.
The hell?
Crazy.
Yeah, a little 10 you play to take the edge off, Commanders plus 3.5. If you guys are trying to join me on this journey, I will be in Jerry World. Probably wearing my Carson Wentz jersey. I don't give a fuck. Cowboys fans aren't going to say shit. Eagles fans say shit. Eagles fans talk trash. Giants fans talk shit. Giants fans talk trash. Cowboys fans don't exist. I'm very curious to see how that stadium is. I've never been. Have you been to a Cowboys game there?
No, I haven't been to a Cowboys game. I've been to other stuff there.
You've been
but
to like
never-
college football games there, right?
Yeah, I went to the Big 12 championship one year there a couple years ago.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I've been to a couple of things. I've been to high school games there too. But other than that, haven't been there
Some
for
Friday Night
Cowboys.
Lights type shit.
Yeah, it's actually
Mhm.
crazy. So that place, like it fills up completely for like the high school games that we went to.
Not surprising after watching that show. People are fucking weirdos.
Yeah, I mean the first couple years while I was here, I worked with like the recruiting department for the football team. Still kind of
Sick.
do, but like we went out to a bunch of places. That's nuts.
I'm surprised they didn't try to get you out there on the field.
Oh yeah, we're past that point, but let
little
me
tight
tell you,
end.
yeah, it's definitely there.
Did you play a little football growing up or no?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. My mom didn't let me play.
For that reason.
For that reason? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I played baseball for the most part, but I mean, once you get into circles with football coaches and stuff, they get you on the field.
Okay. I'm sure they do, man. I'm sure they do. Yeah, if you guys are joining late, this is not my new studio. This is Trent's very, very cool studio. Very nice. I'm down at the Cribbo. Lauren, where are you at? What could you possibly be doing right now, Lauren? Why are you not over here? This place is dope. It's like a real person's home. I'm very impressed with what they got going on here. Absolute W. You know what else I'm impressed about is that we have a meaningful baseball series starting tonight. It's going to be fucking nuts.
Yep.
It's finally coming to fruition, Jovan. Atlanta, they've done it. They've pulled it. It's tied, right? Isn't it right now? It's tied. Pretty sure. Can somebody check the Carfax on that?
Let me see.
Somebody check the Carfax.
Braves are a game down.
Braves are a game down. That's okay.
So after tonight, it'll be tied.
Hell yeah, bro. I really wanted to take the over in this game. It's such a contrarian look. But with Fried pitching, I think Fried's going to pitch a shutout. I really do. And I keep looking at you up on the monitor and then I keep looking back at the camera. It's like the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
I think Fried's going to throw a shutout tonight. I might take one of those weird Ali bets or our guy Matt bets who takes like team total alt under a half run. I think Fried's going to go out there and absolutely shove when everyone's taken DeGrom. That line's moved fucking 20 cents almost at this point. I don't know if you're seeing that too, but not really shocking seeing that line move towards DeGrom.
Yeah.
It's fucking Jacob DeGrom. Give me a break.
Mm-hmm.
But I want Fried. I want the Braves. I want the team that's been here before, not the team that continuously folds like a Dollar Tree lawn chair. And the crazy part is the Mets haven't folded yet. And this is the best Mets team I've ever seen in my entire lifetime, which isn't saying much. It's a poverty franchise. They could still do it. They could still Met, Jovan, which is the craziest part. After all this, they could still Met. And it could start tonight. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Jacob DeGrom has looked a little bit, he's looked a little human of late. Is this true? He's given up some runs. He's given up 3 runs to the Cubs, 3 runs to the Pirates, 5 runs to the Athletics in his last 3 starts. Nobody talks about it. I swear to God. So I obviously pulled up DeGrom stats here. I think I'm the only person to Google DeGrom stats all season. Nobody even checks it because it's just Jacob DeGrom, right? He goes out there, he throws a no-hitter, 9 innings, complete game. No sweat, right? This one's going to be sweaty.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This one's going to be sweaty. So I'm not overthinking this spot here. I'm with you. I love Atlanta. I'm probably going to play Atlanta at plus chick in what I think is a coin flip game with 2 of the best pitchers in baseball, 2 electric offenses. You know what? I give Atlanta a little step up in offense. Defense, I'd probably say is a push. I don't know who you'd say would be the better defensive squad. I know the Mets are calling up this 20-year-old catcher, and that could be a difference. And by the way, that kid looks like he's 30. There's no fucking way that kid's 20 years old. There's no chance. Sorry, he's not. It's okay. Soto's not 23 or whatever either. There's just no way. Look at these guys. They're grown-ass men. They're not this young. It's got to be a fib. Whatever. Don't care. No skid off my back. I'd like to see these guys play longer too anyway, so who cares? But there's no way this kid is 20 years old. And if you know his name, remind me of it. But he's the number one prospect in baseball. Francisco Alvarez, right? And he's going to start tonight?
I don't know what the plan is, if they're going to start him or not.
Well, if they're calling him up, I'm assuming he's going to be playing. Yeah. I don't think they're calling him up for nothing.
Yeah, I would assume so,
which is a crazy timing, man. Crazy timing to call up your prospect to make his MLB debut in the biggest series of the year, most pressure on the road when you're the Mets and you've historically choked away any sort of chance you've had in the last 2 decades. Interesting timing there from Buck Showalter. I trust the process with him. It's probably going to end up being the right move. That dude knows what he's doing. He's no Davey Martinez, right? So I trust the process. I'm also looking at Trent's other monitor here, and he's got Trent versus Krabs graphics all pinned from when he absolutely wiped the floor with me in MLB early on in the season, which was the weirdest thing ever. He still got him up there pinned. I think he put them there on purpose.
Yeah, it was
I think he did. I think he put them there on purpose for me to see when I walked in here. That's an alpha move, Trent. I respect it. DeGrom's given up runs. Max Fried has been the second best left-handed pitcher in MLB this season behind Urias. You put him ahead of him. You put him right there with him. You put him right behind him.
I think it's neck and neck. I don't think
it's neck and neck. I'd take both of them in a heartbeat. Be happy to have my coins on either of them, right? And we know the narrative, and we've beaten it. We've beaten it to a drum. We've beaten it dead. Mets struggle against lefties. Well, they kind of do. And I think today it's going to be a serious issue for the Mets, who, I mean, the Braves are home. The Braves are the ones that were 5 games back, a month or two ago. They're the ones that don't have the pressure. The ones that have the pressure are the Mets on the roads. Good fucking luck. That place is about to be rocking.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
They're about to be doing that chop the entire fucking game. Yeah. And that place is about to be going nuts.
I think this is the best couple pitching matchups that we've had in a single day of baseball in quite a long time.
What else we got?
I mean, we got Sandy and Corbin Burns on the mound in Milwaukee too.
I wish Miami had some. I wish this Miami team had fucking bats, man, because they could do some stuff.
They could. I mean, we got those 2 games, and then sneaky one in Houston too with Framber and Drew Rasmussen. That's going to be a great one too. I'm not just saying that because it's a Rays game, but you got a lot. But I mean,
that's a great game.
What I think I want to do with those 6 total games.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just want to take, because I want to back the Marlins in some way, and I want to back the Braves in some way. Okay. I think you're not getting a bad price taking like the first 5 plus a half. Last I saw, because I think for the Braves, it's a little juicier. I think it was like minus 130, 135. But for the Marlins, you're getting, I think it's minus 110 both ways. And honestly, I think both of those teams win that game. And I think if you're betting on a pitcher's duel, I think that's a very solid price for both of those games, especially being that both of these totals are at 6, and we're expecting these guys to both be lights out and for a run or 2 to maybe be the difference.
Okay. So I'm going through these games. I'm trying to figure out any of the games that have any sort of meaning, just to point out to the people. Guys, I really would not be betting on these games where the teams aren't playing for shit. I mean, I could say that, but then I'm going to go on and bet a shitty underdog today, so take that for a grain of salt. But
hey, I am.
Okay. You're doing it too today?
Yeah, I'm taking the Pirates.
Dudes. All right, well, let's go through these games real quick, though, and let the people know if these have any sort of significance. So, the Phillies need to win this fucking game. Let me pull up the goddamn standings real quick.
Both of them.
We got to fill the people in.
Both of them.
They need to win both games?
And they're losing one of them.
Well, it's a doubleheader on the road, so probably. And also, Eric Fetty's pitching, so good luck.
Yeah, so pencil in that win. Just fade Syndergaard the next game then.
No, pencil in that loss. All right. Yeah. Why does the only good standings to look at is on ESPN? I hate to give a free plug there, but they're the only one where you can like pull up the wild card real quick and it looks good. All the other sites look like shit. All right. I mean, the Phillies are a half game up on the Brew Crew, who are also poverty. I mean, it's the poverty off. It's the
No.
Phillies versus the Brewers. Who wants it? Who wants it less? That's what it comes down to, straight up. Both these teams suck ass. If you could combine these two teams, I think they'd be pretty good. You take the offensive Philly and you take the arms of the Brew Crew.
Yeah,
Do the Phillies game one fall into the minus 200 trap? That is a good question.
It's a good question, but no, not necessarily.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't be against just taking the Nats both games because I do think they won one of those games, but it's not like a minus 200 thing. Oh my god, it's not like one of the minus 200 things because it is a doubleheader and the lines are typically a little shorter, pretty much for any team.
Doubleheaders make lines shorter than they should be. Take this from somebody who bets exclusively off of lines and what's too short, what's too long. Probably does it too much. Could not have said it better, Jovan. Yes. The lines are always weirdly shorter than they should be because it's a doubleheader. They know that it's really hard to win both. They know you're going to have backups in both games, right? Although, will they, though? Will Philly have backups in at all? They might not have a goddamn choice.
Yeah, I don't think they have a choice. They got to go.
Falter's going to go in there, and I mean, this is like the millionth time we've seen this fucking bomb. He's probably going to pitch great. He's a lefty. You know, we're inept at hitting lefties. Is Falter a big off-speed guy, or is he a big fastball guy?
I don't even know off the top of my head.
I don't know shit about him. I wish Meneses was up, dude. Somebody hit me up on Twitter today and was like, "It's time to make the corp call for Meneses."
Yeah, I saw that.
Meneses loves. He tagged you in it too.
Yeah.
Meneses loves hitting off
speeds.
speeds.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Big sinker guy. Okay.
Big sinker guy. Yeah.
Meneses is one of the best off-speed hitters in baseball since he's been called up. That's his bread and butter. He doesn't struggle against the fastball. He doesn't struggle against anything. He's hitting over 300. He's a fucking stud. Really good against off-speed. So I was curious to see what he's pitching there, but
yeah,
I don't want to take any Nats shit anymore. Also, shout out CJ Abrams, who's been playing a lot better. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of this kid. Let's get this kid a goddamn muscle milk. Let's get this kid a damn protein shake or some mass gainer. Jesus, man.
Yeah.
What's good with this kid? Let's beef him up. Let's get him on the TCU Big Dave diet. Let's beef him up like a lineman.
Let's do it.
Come on now. If the Phillies win both and the Brewers win, what would the lead be for the Phillies? That would put them at a tie, right?
If the Phillies split today and the Brewers win, they'd be tied. Because they're a half game up on the Brewers.
Okay. Yeah, I'm no mathematician. I leave that to you. You're the one in school. Stay in school, kids. Yeah. Damn, get some compliments. People like the haircut. Respect.
People like the new camera.
Sure. Yeah, you guys can see the bags under my eyes because I literally didn't sleep today. I walked in at like 8 a.m. I was like, nobody's going to be awake. Just walked right in. Took a little cat nap on the couch for a couple hours. Did not sleep. Flight was at fucking 3:30 a.m. Didn't sleep. Had a 7-foot behemoth sitting next to me on the plane, of course. Can't make it up. Can't make it. Biggest guy I've ever seen.
Dude, sometimes I just go Southwest and cut the shit and just get the early boarding. Pay a little $30 and make sure I get in the emergency lane.
I was in the extra foot room, which was huge. I'm not complaining. I need that, or else I literally want to explode when I'm sitting there. I feel like I'm going to freak out. God, I'm getting PTSD from taking trips to Vegas right after college when me and the boys, didn't have our guap up as much as we do now a little bit. And flying Spirit, red eyes, to and fro. And that, holy shit, dude. Jovan, big people do not belong on those planes.
Oh, I've learned.
They don't belong on Spirit.
I took it once. I took Spirit.
We're not welcome there, Jovan.
I've not taken anything but Southwest ever since.
Yeah, Southwest is straight.
Yeah.
But damn, bro. Yeah, cutting season, Jay Nasty. You get it, bro. You get it. It's cutting season. Party's over. Summer's over. Fun's over. Time to lock in. Cut the shit. All right, I'm gonna look like the fucking Rock in 2 months. Just wait. Got my running shoes down here.
You're out there running the Boston Marathon yesterday.
Literally during the spaces. Peter was pissed. Fuck, man. All right, we got Philly. They need to win. That game means something. Cincy Cubs doesn't mean shit. Baltimore, New York doesn't mean shit, but I think Baltimore needs to win one more game this season to secure a 500 season for the first time in like 7 years or something. So that's
Yeah.
kind of cool for
Have you
them, and they're
seen
going to get another win.
the movement on
Good for
that
them.
game was a little crazy. I wasn't expecting that. So I was looking at that as a possible game to kind of target on that little minus
Look at that
200
total.
thing. Yeah, it's Jordan
Are you
Lyles
seeing
on
that
the
open up
road,
at
and that's the
9?
low total. And I was looking at this for kind of the minus 200 thing, and then I woke up this morning and they're minus 175. It's like, oh,
Well, remember, it's the Orioles, though, and the line, I mean, I've noticed this at least. I'm sure you have to. The line damn near always moves towards them.
yeah, it's fair.
It's
I figured
nuts,
though,
dude.
Jordan Lyles on the road and they're playing the Yankees. I wasn't
Jordan
expecting
Lyles
that
is
that
throwing.
big of a move.
Yeah, Jordan Lyles is throwing BPs right now too. Like he has no out pitch whatsoever. He's lucky as shit. His last start against the Red Sox, he got blessed by a rain delay. He got blessed by an absolute rocket Rafi Devers hit on the ground to turn 2 to get out of a bases loaded 1 out situation too that could have blown that game up. You remember that game?
Yep.
He's butt. He's worse than he's ever been this season. He's Jordan Lyles again.
Yeah.
He's Jordan Lyles again. It's okay to fade. It's guys, it's safe now. You can fade Jordan Lyles now. It's okay.
I don't know today with that total move too, a whole run. It's wild.
Yeah, I'm seeing it open up at 9, juice to the
Open
under.
up at
Maybe
9? So
I'm
a
seeing
run
9
and a half?
minus 120, but who
Jeez.
knows? 9, 8.5, still a run and a half move.
Yeah.
So you're getting a good pitch. You're getting a pitcher's roll today. I mean, don't ever think it. When the line talks, you got to listen, guys. Straight up. How do I learn money lines and spreads? Can you help? What's a good place here in Texas to place this type of bets? Crab question mark. Well, since you put the crab question mark, I will answer this. Yeah, you've got a lot of work to do, my man. You got some homework to do today. All right. You need to just Google those questions. Money line, though, it's literally just what team's going to win. I can't believe I'm teaching this right now. What team's going to win? Spread. If a team is minus 3.5, that means they have to win by 4 for you to win. Everyone else in chat is like, what the fuck? And bet them on, and if you're in Texas, I don't fucking know, Bovada, get a bookie, grow up.
Yeah.
Those are your 2 options, Bovada or get a bookie and grow up. Hit the Google machine. Hit the Google machine. They got you. All right. We're not going to have a betting 101 class here, but happy somebody else is curious in it. All right. M Crane 544 says, don't start betting and save yourself some money. Dogat said, wow, thanks. Need this. Hey, we all got to start somewhere. Richie Parlay. He gets it. He gets it. I'm not being mean. Maybe a little bit. Okay. What other games have meaning? Baltimore, Toronto doesn't have any fucking meaning. Kansas City, Cleveland doesn't have any meaning.
Toronto one has a little meaning for them.
Does it?
Yeah.
Because they're still trying to play to stay ahead of you guys?
I mean, and the Mariners are ahead of us now, but
oh shit,
they want to make sure they're playing in Toronto for that series.
I mean, are we going to talk about Cal Quantrill?
No,
you don't even want to do it.
That's it's the dirtiest money I think I've ever gotten. So it's literally blood money. I don't want it. It's just.
I mean, I was watching it and just absolutely mind blown. Don't know why I'm mind blown. Have no clue, because we've seen this happen every game. They only win by cheese. They only win on bullshit. Straight up. Yesterday, didn't hit a ball out of the infield. Well, Quan hit that little farty double down the line that was about the speed of a fucking infant walking. It was barely a fair ball. Bad pitch, though, by your reliever. Kind of right down the middle. But besides that, I mean, literally they manufacture their runs off of ground balls and errors. And your guys' defense looked, I mean, Paredes and Franco try to play defense made my brain hurt, not going to lie.
Yeah.
But those guys, I mean, they're not here to play defense. They're not. They're here to hit. But brutal game. If you had Cal Quantrill and the Guardians last night, good bet. You're smart. You're not trying to fade. One of the craziest MLB streaks of all time. Plain and simple. He can't keep getting away with it, but he can at the same time. So we'll leave it at that.
I might just bet him the
can't.
entire rest of the year.
I mean, yeah, you're going to be rich. You're going to be rich. Wow. TCU's uniforms?
Yeah.
Those helmets are sick. Holy smokes.
Looks like some stuff set for a win.
What's your prediction for tomorrow's game? TCU, Oklahoma. What do you got? What do you think?
I mean, like, it's very difficult to be unbiased, but I'm also very pessimistic because we haven't beaten Oklahoma since 2014.
Okay.
But I mean, this I've wanted to take them the entire time from a football brain perspective because Oklahoma, their run defense is Swiss cheese, and the whole reason that TCU looked so good offensively against SMU is because they could run the ball, which was it's really not something they've been able to do. And now we're seeing 6.5 to 5.5 in a lot of places. That move I thought was very interesting. I didn't really think it was going to move. I thought it was going to kind of stick there, so I'm surprised. But I don't know. I think if you take – because there's going to be holes on either side of the game. I think we're going to gash them on the run. And then on the other side, Marvin Mims is going to look like prime Jerry Rice. So whoever wins out on that. But I definitely want to take us.
You were talking about lines moving, and it got my brain thinking about this Saints game. I know I'm kind of switching to NFL here real quick, but you saw Michael Thomas ruled out, soft as shit. Kamara is questionable, but I'm sure he'll end up playing, or at least be on the field. He might not, put in the effort or care, but he's going to probably be on the field and play. But Winston has not practiced at all. Now, he could not practice all week. It wouldn't matter, and he could still go out there and play if he can.
They said he's doubtful, so it's going to be –
he's doubtful.
Andy Dalton, most likely.
So Andy Dalton is only getting 3 points when the spread was at 2.5 before this.
Yeah, 2.5 to 3.5.
So maybe it was baked in. Maybe the books knew before. Maybe they've known all week. They definitely could have, right? I always get sketched out about injury stuff. You know that. It's the one thing we really just don't know how to watch the lines react because we don't know what they know. But I just like to assume that they just know shit before us. So I'm not overreacting to this line only moving 0.5 point from 2.5 to 3. But let's say the line was 2.5 with Jameis supposed to play and Michael Thomas supposed to play. And then those guys get ruled out and the line only moves to 3. That's weird. That's kind of why I'm thinking that it was already kind of baked in.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
At the end of the day, like, Jameis looks like shit right now. He's playing hurt. Like, what's going to be the difference between Andy Dalton going out there?
That's what I was kind of thinking too. I was like, I don't get me wrong. Like, I think Michael Thomas makes a good deal for that offense, but Jameis isn't really getting him the ball in spots that are producing any points either. And Jameis has not looked good in general. Kamara has not looked like he really wants to be there at all either.
Doesn't give a shit, yeah.
Yeah, like it's I don't see too much of a downgrade with Andy Dalton right now for that team. So, I mean, I get it. I get it to a degree.
Okay. Any other crazy happenings going on right now? And our guy Matt is having internet trouble, so I don't know if he's going to be able to come on. He just texted me.
Okay.
So we might just be waiting for Kitch to come on around 12:30. But we will see. I mean, you want to dive into these college football games tonight? I feel like that's what the people want.
Sure.
Chat, what do you guys want us to talk about? You guys want us to talk about these college football games you want to bet on tonight? I'm assuming. I mean, these games really stink. I'm pretty upset about it, except for one game. One game's going to be sick. Hate to do it, Jovan. I've already kind of hinted at it, but I love the UCLA Bruins. I do. I love the UCLA Bruins and this Chip Kelly run offense. I already put 2 units on them at +3. Could barely get +3 anymore on the books. Still like +2.5. Maybe only go a unit on it. I think they win this game outright. So we know Washington's been a freak, right? This has been a squad that you've been extremely high on mainly. I've been kind of tailing you on it, and I've been very happy with the results. This team has covered every game. Michael Penix Jr. looks legit. Washington kind of looks like they're back, right? So Washington playing against a UCLA team that nobody's talked about, a UCLA team that hasn't played anybody yet this year. They're 4-0, but they've only played cupcakes. UCLA needing a game-winning field goal just to beat South Alabama. And they're only getting 3 points against Washington, who looks unbeatable, who looks way better than the books think they are because they're a covering machine right now. The books don't want teams to be 4-0 against the spread, straight up. They want everything even. Regression's imminent in this game. If you want to talk some actual football stuff, Washington's turned their opponents over 6 times already, but I don't think this defense is like that. They played some kind of shitty teams too. I think that's due to regress, especially the fact that they've covered every game too. So I love the spot for UCLA. Washington's defense, they're not even in the top 100 in FBS rankings for passing yards per attempt on the defensive side. UCLA is going to eat that up. Dorian Thompson-Robinson is about a fucking ball. They're top 10 in FBS in this category. They're about to take advantage of that weak passing defense. I love it. Yeah, no, I saw that boost too. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Yeah, Chelly, come in, bro. I don't like that boost. I know. But I just really hope that Tulane gets the brakes blown off of them. If Tulane loses by 10 in that early game, we'll know we're okay. We'll know we're okay. But yes, that boost is concerning. Want to hear your take on this game. Line sketch. I know they're playing at the Rose Bowl. That's not usually where UCLA plays, is it? So this is a neutral site game, right?
The Rose Bowl? Yeah, that's where they play.
That's where they play all their home games?
Yeah.
Okay. You know I'm not a Pac-12 specialist.
Yeah.
Okay,
maybe,
so maybe
they'll actually have some fans there this week.
They could have some fans there.
Final.
See, I'm so out of the loop with UCLA because I was talking with our guy Cam, who's a big Dodgers fan out there, and I was like, yeah, like me and my buddies, we think UCLA is mid. They've been mid for a while. Mm-hmm. They haven't been good in forever. And he's like, whoa. Everyone loves UCLA. I'm like, I don't think so, dude. I think you're just getting California vibes. Straight up. Hey, dudes.
It's only one way.
All right. Only one way to start the Friday. Jovan, I wish I had one for you.
Jovan.
You gonna get in the camera or are you just gonna stand off to the side like a weirdo?
Jovan. This one's for you, brother. Finland's looking great.
Go.
I hope you rode with us to Finland.
All right.
Cheers.
I did not ride to Finland, but I'll take the shot.
I'm on the plane right now.
Oh,
it's good eats.
Jovan said he's on the plane.
Tell him what first.
Why did we just do that?
I don't know. Tell him first class back. We're taking first class home.
All right, you're taking first class home, is what he said.
First class home. Already booked.
Why did we just do that?
Unreal.
Oh, fireball shot, dude. What are we, fucking high school girls? Oh, fireball's kind of fire, though. I'm not gonna lie. All right, that just gave me the chills, though. Now I feel great.
Just mid.
Yeah, nothing like some peer pressure, huh? Love it. Phillies bomb already. Nice.
Yeah.
Eric Fetty
already getting slapped. Unreal.
Fetty Wap already getting mollywopped. All right. Looks like we do have Matt in here. It looks like he might be frozen though. Do we give him a shot? Give him a shot here. Let's see if it works. Give him a sec.
Yeah.
He's in 180p, not 1080, 180.
It's on the first slide of a PowerPoint here.
Look at him just staring at you, bro. He's looking right at you.
Staring into my soul.
He's staring. He's literally in your. I think only his eyes are moving. His head's not even. No one else can see this. All right. God damn it, Matt. He's gone. All right. My man's got that cam connection out there right now.
Yeah.
Shit. I chased it with the black coffee. I mean, what do you want me to do?
That's such a sick move. That's unreal.
Trent was actually the homeboy today and went on a little Starbucks run. And I texted him my order. You know my order, right? It's the weirdest order of all time.
Sick. Absolutely
Black
sick.
coffee, espresso shot of peppermint.
That
Nothing
is
else.
so sick.
Is
Like,
that the weirdest order you've ever heard?
It's out of pocket. That's crazy.
Damn, Matt's shocked. He's shocked.
Shocked.
But yeah, no, I don't know why I love that drink. Yeah, I have the craziest stomach. I'll be honest with you. I've never gotten like tummy aches or sick. Growing up, I was always a chunky lad. Love to eat. I think I've just been blessed with an absolute unit of a belly, straight up. It's one of my best qualities. So this is just fuel for me. This does nothing. This is like water for me. All right, we're done with that. Let's talk about some sports. What do you like in this UCLA Washington game tonight?
I mean, I definitely have to lean UCLA with. I just don't see a reason that line should be that close with how good Washington has looked.
No clue what's good with that.
But I mean, from a football side of things, and like if you look on paper, like a lot of the metrics and everything, like you could say that they're a lot closer than we point them out to be. Because I mean, I'm super high on Washington, but at the same time, they haven't really played anybody. I mean, the Michigan State win was really cool and hype in the moment, but it's looking worse and worse by the day, especially after Michigan.
Yeah,
State
that team's
got
pav
by Minnesota.
So all the talk about was Michigan State. Is Michigan State overrated? Did they just have a fluky good season last year? I think the answer might be yes.
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
100%.
I mean, have you heard their coach in the post game interviews? He's like, "Yeah, I'm not a good coach right now."
Yeah, I mean, he's right.
Not coaching well. It's like, yeah, dude, no shit. And except when they're playing Akron, which I think you and me could probably grab a helmet and go out there.
Oh, I mean, Akron's Akron, but yeah, I think like on paper, I guess it makes a little more sense the more that I look into it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like I'm not so sure that Washington's going to be able to get the same level of explosive plays against this UCLA defense that they've gotten against a lot of the defenses that they've faced previously. And like you're talking about too on the other side of the ball, are they going to be able to turn them over all these other times? And I really don't know. I think it's probably going to be a very close game, especially with the total still moving down, I believe. So it's getting hard for me to play something in this game. So I don't know what to do with it now.
Fuck. A lot of talks about fake sharp. I feel like people might be forcing the fake sharp narrative a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been very, very happy with how this community has kind of come along. Like when I first started coming around, almost a year ago now, Jesus. I feel like everyone was even more square than they are now when they're still too square for my liking, but that's how it's always going to be in my brain. I've been very impressed with how this community's come along, and especially with guys like Trent, who used to have the worst betting goggles on of all time when he's firing off bets. Now he gets it.
Now he's him.
See, there he is.
Oh, yeah.
Are you just waiting back there for me to fucking say your name?
Dude, Jesus. That's nuking the bathroom.
That actually scared me. Were you in there the whole time?
Yeah, I was working on my closet.
He was in there the whole time. Chat. You tell me. Should I go home?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Light a candle in there. But yeah, like I've been extremely impressed by people kind of learning to at least look at the lines and know when shit's fishy. Maybe not acting on it, but at least noticing it, which a year ago when I first started coming on did not happen. So we're getting there. There's more work to do, but we're getting there. But we're at the point now where, we can notice when stuff is a little sketchy, but we just don't take action on it. And I feel like this past week, I've heard more fake sharp bangs than anything else. This past week, I've heard the Bengals yesterday. Everyone, even me, we were all freaking out yesterday saying, oh my God, did we just get bamboozled? They covered with ease. Now, there were some injury concerns and stuff. But we can't just call every, weirdly short line. We can't just call every single one fake sharp. They can't all be fake sharp. Some of them will be. And at the end of the day, it's gambling, right? So is there even really a sharper square, or is there just a green button and a red button? And you just got to click one of the two.
I mean, there's a thousand different ways to bet, which is like funny because a lot of the people, like, if they're on Twitter and in the chat or whatever, they're like, oh, fake sharp, I don't use line movements. Line movements are useless. I mean, that's cool. Like, I mean, you can win that way. You can win paying attention to line movements.
Sure.
Whatever. And that's what's great about the community, because they've learned 5,000 different ways to get some green, and that's awesome. But I mean, we'll take our approach. Other people can take their approach.
Mm-hmm.
It's what it is. We can both win. We can all win. Is it going to turn out the right way all the time? No, but that's what's that's part about it.
And I will apologize about being a little bit of a jerk yesterday to Hagelin. Hagelin has been sharp with these props. He might not have had the best pitch. We should not have been, mainly me. I'll eat it. Should not have been making fun of him for not having the best pitch yesterday. Hagelin, bro, I know your bitch ass is watching this. Good call yesterday. Sorry if I upset you. Please feel free to come into the spaces. The thing I saw last night where I was seeing on Twitter where people were bitching about how they don't feel like their opinions are heard in their spaces and stuff like that. Cut that shit. That's some soft beta type stuff. Come up in the spaces, pitch your bets, laugh, make a joke, sell your bets, and give us winners at the end of the day. Like you, me, and Peter, we might be the ones, running the spaces, setting it up, and we might be talking a little bit more than the rest of the people, but we want everybody to come up. And there's only two requirements: is that you bring the good energy and that you bring a fucking winner, or at least a bet that you actually looked into and did some research. Because at the end of the day, if I'm putting my money on a pick that you're coming up to sell, I need at least something behind it. It's like, here's a good metaphor. Some dude comes up to you on the street and hands you a fucking hot dog. You have no idea where that fucking hot dog went or where it came from. You could still eat it. It could still be great. You have no fucking clue where that thing came from. Are you just going to trust to eat this random dude's fucking hot dog? Probably not. Maybe the worst analogy ever, by the way.
Yeah, that's a crazy
That's
analogy.
the weirdest analogy ever. Or if you see the guy actually cooking the dogs, you see it happen in front, you see him put the ketchup on it, whatever. You trust the process. You know what he's doing, and you see all the steps. You see where his head's at, right? And you feel more safe crushing the dog. Maybe the worst analogy of all time, but you pick up what I'm putting down. We're all here to work together. And I should not have chirped for him giving a winner, another winner. Good shit, Hags. Should have picked any other food besides a hot dog. That's on me.
Yeah, that's a tough
on
one.
me.
It's a tough one.
It is what it is. The fireball shot changed, Krabs. Bro, I'm not fucking buzzed off of one shot. Come on. Although I literally have not eaten anything in like 24 hours. And I do feel weird, but
that's sick.
We carry on. My point is, bring the energy, bring the winners, sell your bets. I'm not going to be as much of a jerk and make fun of you if you have a shitty pitch anymore. I'm going to be better about that. Okay. I'm taking UCLA though. I don't care if it's fake sharp. I don't care if it's real sharp. I don't care if it's this. I don't care if it's that. I have it locked in for 2 units. I absolutely love the Bruins today. I'm riding Dorian Thompson and Robinson. He's going to fucking take us to the promised land, and we're going to win that bet. I think they're going to win outright. I really do. That line's too short. Washington's been too good. They're too trendy. I'm fading them. Plain and simple. I hate to fade our squad, but I'm doing it, and we're going to make money doing it.
It's fair. Right? It's fair.
My favorite college football play in a while. All right? And we've been hitting the football plays. Football plays are not like the baseball plays. They're not. If you guys need baseball winners, you need a play to get out of a hole. You hit up Jovan, you hit up Peter. All right? You need a football play. I got you. Okay?
Yeah. Come back to shitty teams with me.
Sure.
Come.
With that being said, somebody did ask what your pitch was on the Pirates earlier, and we didn't address it. So need to hear that pitch.
I mean, it's not a complicated pitch. Like I like to fade Jack Flaherty, and pitch mix wise, like he's the stereotypical or prototypical, not stereotypical, prototypical pitcher that the Pirates can get to. Like a lot of guys in this lineup, and I just don't think he's very good. And on the other side, Oviedo has been really, really good. For like those people who don't know about Oviedo, please look into him, because he's him. He's a great pitcher, and he's going to shut down this Cardinals lineup today. Especially that's 7 total. It's very indicative to me of what they expect from him. And I just think Flaherty is going to go out here and not be great. So like I don't particularly love, like I know I did it yesterday, I don't love like trying to single out first 5, because I just don't like overcomplicating things. But if you do that for a couple of these games today, it's not a bad idea, including this one, because I think it's clearly a Flaherty versus Oviedo thing for me here.
Okay. What about the Pirates offense?
It'll do enough. Like I think that Flaherty, he's going to go out there and give up a couple. Like I don't think he's going to go out there and get completely shelled. Like shout out John Gray yesterday, like he did. That game was insane. That was a home run derby. Can't say I expected.
Yeah, I was watching that. That sucked.
That was wild. Yeah,
but
sucked. But yeah, I think he'll give up a couple. I just think Oviedo is going to be really solid today, and I think it'll be plenty enough for them to cruise through the first 5. What their bullpen does might scare me. That's why I'm kind of leaning the first 5, but we'll see. We'll see how that one evolves. But that one.
Okay. I'm trying to pull up their fantasy scores real quick. Let's see. See, I like fading Flaherty, but I like fading him when he's coming back from an injury. He can be good at times.
He can be.
But we haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, he's had a solid starter too since he's been back.
He doesn't even have a fantasy score.
Yeah, because I think the length is still a question mark. I guess coming into the home stretch where they're not really playing for much too.
Right.
But I mean, he has a 1.5 earned runs and 4 hits, which I know that, like I said, how long is he going to go is the question, but I think he goes over both of those.
Yeah. You think the discrepancy between DeGrom at 44.5 and Fried at 33.5 is not sketching you out? You think that has to do with DeGrom's more strikeout potential and him being a favorite and thinking you might get the win here based on the lines on the books?
Absolutely. I mean, there's DeGrom's at 9 strikeouts and Fried's at 5. So I mean, if you take a 4 difference, that's 12. 12
points. Yep. Honestly, this line should probably be farther apart. They should probably be farther apart then.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
It's 11. All right. You're right. Yeah, I'm eyeing these fantasy scores. I mean, Jordan Law is at 18.5. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
He's at 8.5 with the total going down 1.5. Huh.
Ooh, my God.
What do you
They just put up runs in RBI. And they put up Nolan Arenado.
Huh.
Like they usually put him up against bigger pitchers. The fact, Oviedo, I think he's one of the better pitchers that I like to back right now because he's been so good. But the fact that they put him up against Oviedo and against the Pirates, that's a little crazy.
You think that's just a trap? You think they're just going to rake in, taking people's over bets on that?
I mean, Nolan Arenado's been up a lot. Like, I don't want to say a lot, but he's been up quite a few times this year against really good pitchers, and it hasn't hit. It's not to say it's never going to hit, but it's usually a pretty good sign in general. And then shout out the guy that's right next to him because I like the over in this game as well. Ooh. They had Marcus Semien up for runs in RBI against the Angels today.
Sure. Saw a really good stat about Semien yesterday, and I know it's been a little bit of a disappointing season for him, although he kind of did turn it around, and we know he's a slow starter. He always has been. This year, a little bit more of a slow start than people expected, I think. Obviously, that team disappointed. They just do stupid shit. Like, I don't know if you're watching the game last night, but in extra innings, they just fucking let a base runner go to second base when they weren't paying attention. So that's the kind of stuff losing teams do. Winning teams don't do that shit. And that's what their commentators are talking about. They're like, we have so much talent on this team, but we just fuck up way too much to be good. And that's a lot of coaching shit too. So they don't really have a manager right now. I mean, they fired their guy. They're going to have a new guy next year, I'm assuming. Maybe they need to bring Ron Washington back. You know?
Yeah, I mean, for that team, it's like I want to see them do good because I think they would be a really exciting team to watch. But until they get literally pieces around Seager and Semien, like I know I like some of those guys, but I mean, you don't even talk
Nate
about
Lau. Nate Lau has been one of the best hitters in baseball this second half of the season.
Nate Lau has been great. Adolis has been great at times, but like all around them, there's not much consistency. Like you look at the bottom of their lineup on any given day, it's bad. And then you also have the pitching situation, which Martin Perez, great. Everybody else, horrendous. John Gray came back and he's looked good, but he's only available for a month, like a month at most.
I mean, dude, what the fuck were we doing yesterday taking him?
Yeah,
I did not expect that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have been shocked for him to go up a couple, but I mean,
Mitch Haniger really on his birth certificate.
Mitch Haniger, Kellenic had 2 home runs yesterday. I don't think both of those were.
Come on, dude. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah, it's a little,
All the
little
people
weird.
celebrating Mariners ML. I was like, dude,
That was a home run derby.
that
But-
game was nuts.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That game was nuts, bro. Is that your portable bathroom? What is that? Your portable toilet?
Emptying the tank.
I don't like him lurking behind me like this, dude. I need to keep my head on a swivel.
Yeah.
You never know what that guy's up to back there. All right, Pirates. That makes you like the Pirates even maybe a little bit more, seeing them put up that bait.
For sure.
Okay. What?
I'm just scrolling through, which is funny. I don't think I've ever seen this. It makes sense, but they have Aaron Judge up for 2.5 hits and walks today. Which,
Dude, I kind of want to. I'm assuming those lineups aren't out yet, right?
I don't think so.
Dude, Jordan Lyles at a pitching fantasy score at 18.5 in a game where the total's gone from 9 to 7.5. I want to take his under.
His under.
Yeah. I want to take his under. That line is fucking low. I think he gets rocked today. I do. If that total is at 7.5 now, and for some reason his fantasy score tells me he's going to get rocked today, people will be taking his over, I think, if they see the total at 7.5, especially with the guy on the Orioles and how decent Jordan Lyles has been and how decent the Orioles have been. Correct me if you think I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I want to take his under, bro. That's low as shit. Maybe it's not as low. Maybe I'm overreacting, but seeing Jordan Lyles in the teens there in a game where the odds are not even minus 200, like this is a ball game here. The Orioles could win this game.
Yeah.
The line's moving towards them. This fantasy score tells me he's not getting a quality start. This fantasy score tells me he's not getting the win. This fantasy score tells me he's not getting strikeouts or doing shit, and it tells me he's giving up runs. Maybe we take the Yankees team total over. Just brainstorming here.
Yeah. I mean, you get
Hate betting on the Yanks, but I think the dude gets rocked today. That score is low as shit. What would you put it at if you're making it?
I mean, he's not really consistently much higher than that because like strikeouts are a part of it too.
Him.
Shout out Joey Meneses. I don't know.
Him.
I would have at least put him in the low 20s, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, just how often do we see pitchers like that? Pitchers who aren't Patrick Corbin, although I honestly think Lyles is a sneak Pat Corbin, right? How often do we see guys with numbers this low?
Yeah.
Really don't. And seeing that number that low in a game that's relatively close in odds, in the game where the total is at 7.5, dude. So that tells me this game's ended 7-0 Yanks, or 6-1 or 5-2, right? Something like that.
I could see that. I could see that for sure. You know, somebody else I just saw too that I think is a little weird. I don't think his length of the outing is part of it because Kershaw, I'm talking about him coming back. They are a minus 420 favorite, 400, 420-ish with a total that's about to see 7.5. And he has a 1.5 earned runs up, which I think is a little weird.
Jesus. That is interesting, dude. I mean, does he have any sort of pitch count prop up anywhere?
Let me see. I mean, his fantasy score is at 38.5, which I mean he would have to go a decent bit for that to hit. I'm gonna see on Underdog if they have a prop.
Let me see if I can find anything on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean he has an 88.5 pitch count prop.
He does. Okay.
He's not
interesting,
good, but I thought that was a little strange for sure.
Huh. God, that's a fatty. Please do not take the Dodgers today.
Plus one.
Holy fuck. Plus 1.5 alt line, minus 1,000.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Fade the minus 400, system play. Do it responsibly, Corey. Throw a half unit on Colorado ML. Half you bets never hurt nobody, right? Judge 2 home runs tonight. Could happen.
Very well could.
Could happen. Hope doesn't, to be honest. I love the comments from Judge yesterday. I don't know if you heard that. they asked him about what he thinks is the real record. I forget who asked him. I wish I could give him credit. I forgot, but they asked him who he thinks is the real home run record holder, and he said it's Barry Bonds. He might have been on steroids, but he put up the numbers. They're there in the record books. The people who say that Barry Bonds does not deserve to have it are the same people who don't go out on the weekends and drink. They hate fun. It is what it is. I mean, look, I get it. The guy kind of cheated for sure, but there were plenty of fucking hitters who took steroids who still sucked. You still got to put bat on ball. Barry Bonds was a stud before he took steroids. Didn't have that pop, but he is the home run derby record holder, and I was happy to see Aaron Judge take the high road and address that.
Yeah, and I mean,
good for him. He gets it.
Yeah, I won't go into this too deep because I do have to get out of here in a couple minutes. But
okay,
I think the whole debate around the steroid thing is crazy, and the fact that they have kept him out of the Hall of Fame for that, when realistically the steroid era that's the reason baseball is what it is. Like during that era, baseball was dead, and the steroid era, there was all the sayings that they were using, chicks dig the long ball, all of that was such a big part of marketing baseball, which they can't do anymore. But it's it was such a big part of being baseball to prominence like it was, and I just think none of that should be thrown out.
Well, they could do it. They could bring steroids back. I vote yes.
Yeah. I mean, I vote yes.
I vote yes.
Or just
if people want to fuck up their lives and bodies and have their Johnsons not work and at the risk of hitting a couple more home runs for our viewing pleasure, sure.
Yeah. I mean,
that's
if
no problem.
If you want steroids back, just trade Brandon Drury back to the Reds, and we'll be fine.
That is true. That was the epitome of what steroids look like.
Yeah,
was Brandon Drury on the Reds facing a lefty. If you guys want to know what it looked like watching a guy on steroids hitting, that's what it was. Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable. Surely no pitchers were using roids. Interesting comment by Ollie. No one ever thinks of that. No one ever talks about that. Guys got caught doing it. Andy Pettit, Hall of Famer. He got caught doing it, but he's on the Yankees, so it's fine. Nobody talks about it. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame, or he's already in the Hall of Fame. He's on the Yankees. Damn, you have to roll, bro. What do you have to do? What do you possibly have to do?
I got court meeting.
Court meeting.
Yeah. I have a meeting with one of the TCU donors. That it was either take it at 1 or take it at 11:30, right when we were starting.
You mean with a booster?
No, not a booster, but it's he owns like half the buildings here, and he's one of my professors. And
damn.
Yeah, he was like, come into this time because I got stuff to talk to you about. I was like, all right, cool.
What the? All right. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe he'll teach you something cool.
Yeah, maybe.
You're more than welcome to stay as long as you want. Obviously.
Yeah, I'll let our man Big Kish come up here and you can talk some football, and I'll be back eventually.
All right. Well, I think I'll see you tomorrow at some points, whether it's before the game or something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, 11 a.m. game. Up and at 'em.
Holy fuck, dude. Yeah, the time zone thing really blows, but we'll figure it out. And I'll catch you.
Just if you do come early or coming early, let me know. And if you get into the stadium, just a tip. Up until 30 minutes before, so up until 10:30, $3 beers.
Inside the stadium?
Inside the stadium.
What a great marketing tactic by your school.
Yeah.
Genius.
And I will say, like, you're not going to get there. You're not going to get anything coming 10:25 either. So you got to be, if you're coming for it, you got to be devoted. Get there like 10:05, 10:10.
100% or 0%.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I roll, Jovan. That's how I roll.
For sure.
All right, my dude.
All
we'll have fun talking to the boosters. Maybe they'll give you some cash or something.
Yeah, I got to. Give me a little NIL.
Brother. I'll catch you, my man. Peace. All right. Well, we got the absolute Vibe King coming in hot. My guy, Big Kitch, who might have gotten a goddamn haircut. He's got his button down on. This guy's looking sharp. Do you have a hot date after this? You got a hot date?
Hey, man, we're feeling good after that Bengals win.
We're feeling good.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother. Joe Shiesty in improv, he definitely motivated me to be sharp figuratively this weekend. So,
hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, man, that was a solid win for them.
Solid win. They came through. I wish I wasn't a softy, and I just took the spread. But I got cold feet. Took the ML, put 2 units on it. That's all right. It pays. Honestly, I pulled a page out of your playbook. Don't be afraid to lay that juice.
Come on,
every
man.
once in a while. Don't be afraid.
I think that was a good spot too to lay juice, just because of the situation with the Dolphins. I mean, obviously it worked out for the spread, but
I mean, who knows what happens if Tua stays in that game?
Exactly.
There were times when I thought that the Dolphins were going to win that game outright, even with Teddy Bridgewater in.
Yeah, I was a little scared. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
because I've seen matches with Bridgewater before, where he's put together some drives. But man, what a showing for that defense, though. I think that was a big step up for the Bengals defense, especially those DBs. I don't think
How about Eli Apple having a pick that they just didn't call?
And people were out for that prop too. So,
dude, our guy, DeGen Hours, a friend of the community, he had him a plus 900 to get a pick. Yep. Big catch. I'd be sick to my stomach, dude.
Absolutely heartbreaking.
I mean, he literally picked the ball off, and the worst part is they said that it wasn't even the ball juggling thing. They said he didn't get his feet in. He got his feet in. Like, that was some weird rigged shit, or those refs were just absolute morons.
See, that's the only thing. Like, that notion with football is the one part that I really do feel like can sometimes be fluky, quote unquote, is when considering referees. Like,
well, yeah,
because in a sense they can serve as the general public. I mean, regarding like guidelines as far as betting, it can be a little different for them, obviously, than anybody on a team. So, that notion, I understand that, and I feel like that was definitely an exception, just coin taking. But it is what it is.
It's not as bad as the home. It's not as bad as the home plate umpires in baseball, just calling a shit game the whole time. Most of the time, these NFL refs do end up getting it right in the end. But it's always weird to see them get stuff wrong with replay.
Especially stuff that's like just clear as day. I mean,
it's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Mima didn't leave the door open for BYU though. That was
brutal, man.
Brutal. God, their kicker does not deserve to be on that roster whatsoever. Like,
how many kicks did he miss? I did not watch the game. I'll be completely honest with you.
I believe they had 3 chances to put put up 3 points, and he missed all of those chances. So they almost covered. They had about 7 minutes left, and I believe they were up like 16 or 17 points, and they were driving. They were in the red zone twice. Just couldn't convert. Like, it was ridiculous. So,
the Legis dude on Utah State, he showed some heart. He had a couple picks, but had 2 good touchdowns. He had a good touchdown early in that game. I mean, there were 3 touchdowns in the first 7 minutes of that game.
Yeah,
I was so mad at myself because I leaned over. Everyone was taking the under. Everyone was trashing on Utah State, saying they're terrible, and they are. Don't get me wrong, they're fucking terrible.
Yeah, they definitely are.
But the over was free. I mean, all the bets were coming on the under, and the line was slowly creeping up. Nobody was talking about it. It was an underrated game because nobody was really betting on it.
Yeah, I think the game was a good look to probably do a live bet. I mean, BYU they've been good. Like, it was just a sus ending to the game overall. So
people in chat are saying the same shit too, dude. Holy fuck!
They know we were riding. Come on, on Twitter we were riding. Like, we all thought that BYU. Meemaw had the door wide open, and that little hurricane wind just blew it back closed, and we just just couldn't do it, man. We just couldn't do it, man.
It all comes back to the damn weather, man. It really does.
All my weather sharps out there, man. Shout out! You didn't give me
all our weather sharps and doctors that we have, our Twitter doctors.
Oh, don't get me started. Oh my God.
Well, what's your real quick before we dive in? Like, what's your take on the whole Tua thing?
Listen, man, there are people out here that get paid to make the analysis, to evaluate these players. Don't go
to medical school to get a fucking doctor's degree, to grind their ass off and get an incredibly good job as a team doctor of an NFL team. I mean, give me a fucking break. That's no ER doctor. That's no urgent care doctor, right? That's a fucking doctor who has been around the block and earned his right to be a team doctor of an NFL fucking team.
Yeah.
That guy's getting the bag. That guy's one of the best doctors around.
Come on, man.
Trust the doctors, bro. I hate all this shit.
Bro. Come on, man. I mean, a lot of people saying that he shouldn't have played, but I mean, it's in those kind of situations, especially in the NFL, the evaluation doesn't start on game day. It's not a game day decision. They were evaluating him after the last game they played, and you know, it's still a situation with the trainers where they have to figure out, okay, well, how do you feel? Like it's still a discretion left to Tua, so you can't sit up and say, well, they made a bad decision by playing him. I mean, the guy is an NFL quarterback. He has a decision over. He has some kind of say so over how he feels and how he can perform.
And the doctor said he didn't have a he was into it, and they gave him the thumbs up. They said that the Dolphins did everything right the first time around. Yeah. And it really sucks that it happened again so quick. You know, could he have a concussion? Yeah, he definitely could, and I'm really hoping he's okay. I think he's going to be okay. He traveled back with the team. I don't think he would have flown back with the team if he was not okay. Just hope, you know, fingers crossed down the line he's all right. But I'm tired of the Twitter doctors. Let's focus on trying to cap these games and not bitch about you know, that stuff. I'm so with it. I'm so with it. All right. There's some really crummy college football games on today, but there is one good one. Any games that stick out to you that you wanted to talk about?
I get everybody's looking at that Washington game and kind of figuring out their size. Me personally, I'm really going to stay away from it. Just because of how the line is, and especially the total. I get everybody's probably going to love the over for that game. It's just short telling because I have to see. I don't really know if I can trust the offense to be that productive when they can cancel out like that. So, and honestly, in this spot, I feel like either side could essentially be a pick 'em. So, it's way too many games on the slate this Saturday for me to just worry about. You know,
for you to force something today, don't love
force anything. So
that's facts.
I mean, if it is a look, I mean, I could be square and take the over. Why not? You know, it's their offense.
I don't think it's too square because is it the play that might make sense football wise with these two really good offenses? And you know, I don't know if there's a defense in the top 25 that's more due for aggression than Washington, to be honest with you. UCLA's defense is nothing crazy at all. So I'm with you on that. Football brain wise, definitely square, but money wise and line movement wise, I would not call it square. The money's coming in on the under, but the total's creeping up. So kind of like it did last night with BYU.
I like that the total's creeping up.
So not super square, I wouldn't say, because you got both those things kind of going against each other. But hey, you're so right. And our guy C Lord in chat. Guys, you don't got to force shit.
Don't force. We got way too many games. Way too many
zillion games tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you don't like the card today, dig in a little bit for the games tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get ready. Get your bets locked in. Like, do some digging. Maybe look at some props.
Yeah. Those ugly games you see on Thursday and Friday. Like, I mean, I get it. The BYU game didn't really go the way I feel like it should have. But like games like today, you know, Boise State, San Diego State. I love the under. I think what Boise State does on
holy shit, it's at 38 now.
Exactly. Come on now.
Well, didn't their quarterback enter the transfer portal? Boise State?
I believe he did.
Somebody in chat check the Carfax on that.
Yeah, check the Carfax. They're still going to rush potent. Like they're going to run first. San Diego State's passing offense has not really been productive as of yet. So Boise State still playing solid defense. We talked about that, I think, the other week. I think with that line, that line is all telling. I mean, I think a lot of times the books try to scare people with those low college lines, especially with teams like this where you would usually expect offense, but This year around, I feel like it's kind of the opposite. Oh yeah, they did. They fired off. Okay.
So you're getting a red shirt. I'm looking up this kid, red shirt freshman. Kid's never played before. Taylor Green, or at least this will be the first time I think he's starting this year.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a new guy calling plays today. Could not have a better script for an under.
Come on now.
Could not have a better script. I mean, dude, Boise State in a game with the total at 38.
Literally.
That tells me everything I need to know. This is Boise State. This is an offensive firepower. This is an offensive powerhouse of the last decade and a half, where their name, I think, carries a little too much value at this point, as they've kind of just slowly been declining since Peterson left.
Yeah. And it's going to be all telling. I mean, they're getting rid of OCs. I mean, you're trying to be as limited as possible as far as your playbook, because you don't want to force mistakes and lose a game because you called ridiculous plays. I mean, I see it stand on the ground. I see it stand on the ground for both sides. And with Boise State's defense still being pretty solid, I mean, it's a great look. I mean, that line is all telling, like I said. It's a lot of people may be afraid of it, but I think it's oh crap. Chat, is Krabs frozen right now? What's going on? Oh man. I thought he was just like, duped out on the Adderall or something, and he just, hey man. Chat, what are we gonna do? L streamers already?
Kid, holding
we got the stud back. Okay, there we go.
What the fuck was that? Yeah, we're good. Yeah, the internet just like went out for a second.
Oh my
they probably
God.
think I come down to their cribbo and I take over the fucking desk and the internet explodes.
When I was talking, I was just like locked in. I was like, damn, Krabs is fucking locked in on what I'm saying right now.
It's like, no, I just literally internet just stopped for a second, but we're back. What I was saying was, if their OC has the game script of his life and they score more points than they have all season, and if Taylor Green ends up being a fucking stud, you charge it to the game, you chalk it up, whatever. But I'm with you on that under, man.
Oh yeah, man.
I like it.
It's a good look.
I like it. You riding with your Braves today?
I'm not gonna be irresponsible because it is a pick 'em. I don't care. I love the Braves. I keep up with every single piece of their roster, everything that's going on. But I mean, the tangible is there. I feel like the edge is us needing it more than the Mets right now. This is a true do or die game, especially the first one of the series. Like, this is it. This is it right here. If the bats can, I see a lot of people chirping about the under. I wouldn't even touch the under because you're going to expect that. I'm actually digging a little deep in my contrarian juice right here.
Look at that.
I really wouldn't even touch the under right here.
Yes.
I feel like with that line being set like that, considering what's on the mound, Fried, DeGrom, of course, sure, they shove. Of course they do. But I feel like it's also a spot for these lineups to actually get some things going on offense. And that backdoor can be there for that total. I feel like we see it all the time in baseball, the 8th and 9th inning, people scoring 3-4 runs apiece. This is a great spot, considering the competitive attitude for both sides, not just the Braves. I would be afraid to take the under. So I'll take a little piece of my heart, but more so just understanding the spot they're in competitively for the Braves. And even if the Mets find a way, to win the rest, who knows? They might win the rest of the games for the series, but I feel like this one is more pivotal than anything. So
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, Kitch, are you hip to DeGrom coming off his worst start, maybe, of the last 2 years of his career, 3 years of his career, where he gave up 5 runs, pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 walks, only 5 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Those are some of his worst numbers I've ever seen him have against the Athletics.
Yeah. That opened my eyes up a bit seeing that. So,
and then the 2 starts prior, he gave up 3 runs each to the Pirates and to the Cubs.
Yeah.
So part of me, my contrarian brain, is saying, well, he's due for a bounce back start, but also this guy's too fucking good and too sharp, and I try to cap him like I cap Scherzer, where even if he is in a little bit of a rut, he still gets that respect because he deserves it. He's one of the fucking goats.
Yeah.
Everyone's betting on DeGrom today, obviously, right? It's DeGrom. DeGrom gets heavily bet on every fucking time he pitches. That's just how it rolls. That's how it goes. Hence why that line's moved 15 cents. I want your Braves. I want Max Fried. Max Fried is one of the best pitchers in baseball. Love what I've seen out of this guy. He's been locked in, and he's a lefty, and that could cause the Mets some issues, and they're pretty average against lefties.
Oh yeah,
so
definitely.
I'm with it.
Plus money magic, man. This is anytime I can take the Braves at plus money and not a poop butt minus 280. I mean,
sure,
of course,
got to give it a peep.
Come on,
got to give it a peep. But you're right. You don't have to nuke it. You have enough emotionally invested in this series, in this game. You don't have to nuke, right?
Yeah.
No need for a foul wow. Yet.
Not yet. Playoffs will be seeing, but right now, no, it's not worth it. All my Braves, all my people for the Braves in chat, our time is coming, believe me.
Sure.
But not right now. We're not right now.
All right. Everyone in chat, I'm seeing somebody said Scherzer should be the number one in the playoffs. Who do you guys think should start game one for the Mets in chat? Do you think it should be DeGrom, Mr. Met? Or do you think you give the ball to Scherzer, a guy who's been there before, a little more seasoned, maybe a little more consistent, the veteran out of respect? What do you guys think they should do? Me personally, I think you give it to your guy. I think you give it to Mr. Matt. I think you give it to DeGrom, and you trust. And you put the ball in the hands of your best pitcher.
Yeah.
That's what I think, but I could see it going either way. I could see old man Buck Showalter, traditional guy. I could see him giving the ball to Max.
Yeah.
I could. Somebody said Taiwan Walker. Hilarious. Edwin Diaz. Yeah, open up with Edwin. You could do Edwin Diaz opener.
Oh, sound the horns.
People are on their bullshit today. What do I think of DeGrom's 9Ks? Stay away from that.
Stay away from that.
I've seen so many boosts.
I
know the Braves strike out a decent amount, but I don't want anything to do with that, with how he's looked recently.
Yeah.
Don't. It is fuck around Friday.
If you want to get on the vibes, I feel like you should just pick a side. Don't nuke anything. Nice little one unit, maybe two if you feel real confident. Me personally, I have three. Just like I said, I have a little piece of my heart in it. So I want to see this one go through the hoop for the Braves.
Sure.
But other than me being a Braves fan, I mean, if I wasn't, I probably would put less than one unit on it. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just a spot that I want to see them get through. So that's more so what this is. And I really feel like they have the edge with what's going on with the NLE. So,
I mean, they're one game back. This is a huge series. Kitch, I'm riding. I got those futures in my pocket. They're burning.
Oh, yeah.
They're
the
hot.
Futures are locked. The futures are locked. You know what happens with this fall ball magic. I saw PODP. He had locked in the Guardians for World Series future as well for a little
Holy smokes.
Hey.
Magic.
They've been a wagon. They got
magic. They can't stop winning.
Fall ball magic, man. It happens.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got about 1 minute here, Catch. Why don't you leave the people with your favorite football play? Okay. NFL, college, high school, pee-wee. Don't give a hoot. Whatever you like best for the weekend. Sell the people in 1 minute your favorite football play and why they should tail it.
Let's see, man. We're going to go with the big boys for this one. I think Arkansas covers in that first half against Bama. I think they keep it tight. Yeah, I think they keep it tight. KJ Jefferson has shown he's proven himself thus far. He's proven himself. The offensive line has been pretty productive. Their pass ratio is high. Everybody is getting used on the field as far as their receivers. And when you have a dual threat guy and you're going against Bama, that can be an edge. It has been. It's shown its past with that. Who knows what happens in the second half, because like we always talk about, college adjustments and pro adjustments are way different. Every position group has a new attitude coming out in the second half in college. It's just different. It's just different all the way around. I think this game may be a little bit more, it could be low scoring, but I wouldn't even get into the total for this one just because of how potent the Arkansas offense can be. And we've seen spots where Bama has struggled in their defensive backfield a little bit on the short pass, guys getting outside the pocket. So, I feel like this game is more so tight than anything in that first half. All the adrenaline will be there, especially for this Arkansas offense. So I think they keep it within those 2 scores. Maybe Bama is up 1 touchdown. Who knows? Maybe Arkansas is actually up going into halftime.
I can get behind it. Fading Bama first half, one of those profitable bets of all time. Law of averages. Look it up. It's got to come back down to earth. Big catch. As always, my man. Let's go Braves tonight. I'll be rooting for them. I appreciate you coming on. Got to pass the torch. Torch over to Trent. Surgical Stream. All right. Kitch, happy Friday, man. Looking sharp. Got a hot date tonight. You have to. I can already tell. Have a night. Have a great weekend. Let's hit our bets tonight. Why not us?
Why not us, Dad?
Why not